happening in the churches and in ministry in all of Jamaica. It's an absolute blessing. We're really excited to share this.
Tune in to CVM, see it happen.
It's Tuesday, September 3, 2024. This is CVM News at noon. I'm Rohan Daly. Thanks for joining us. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang plans to improve conflict resolution programs in schools this academic year. He says his team is working closely with the Ministry of Education to strengthen security measures and support systems in schools across the country. This as the nation experienced a wave of violent outbursts last academic year that triggered heightened interventions in several schools.
We are doing more direct activity. We're in fact training an additional 150 school resource officers. And as police officers, they do get extra training in dispute resolution, social, the amount of social activities available that we can direct parents to, and the general management of conflict and assisting diagnosing diagnostics skills, so to speak, to get us identify emotional issues and get the right people to meet with these kids while providing a level of security in the school. So we are expanding that program, working closely with the ministry to ensure we can have increased activity in the schools to reduce any kind of potential gang violence. There are no more schools that are identified. There are a couple in Montego Bay, I won't name them, but we are working on all of them to reduce any threat risk to the students and to the teachers.
Still on education, the ministry is forging ahead in its plans to eliminate the shift system in schools, with 11 of 38 schools now on a single schedule. Minister Favored Williams, in an address in St. Anne on Monday, says while the shift system is beneficial, the disadvantages outweigh the benefits.
It limited the time our students could spend learning, exploring, and growing. Today, we're breaking free from those limits by moving to a single shift system. All day, we're giving our students more time, more opportunities, and a school day that supports both their academic success and their overall well-being. This change is a testament to the Ministry of Education and Youth's dedication to providing every Jamaican child with the best possible education. With 1,009 public schools across our island, we've made great strides in phasing out the shift system. This year, Ocheria's primary school will be joined by Noggerhead Primary, Bridgeport High, and Papine High in the transition off of the shift system. Achieving these 4 schools will mean that by the end of this year, we will have only 27 schools left to de-shift.
Meanwhile, a number of high schools across the island did not reopen as scheduled due to maintenance issues. President of the Jamaica Association of Principals for Secondary Schools and Principal of William Knibb High, Linvern Wright, says the delay is to ensure that the institutions meet the requisite safety standard.
We are going through some repairs that started late, and it's significant repairs to more than 2/3 of the school in terms of roofing and ceiling and electrical works. We weren't as horribly affected by Beryl itself, but there are other things happening, like we have people know as Chichi eating down schools. We had areas just falling down, and so when they pointed that out, the minister has helped. We have a section of the school that the soak away. The public health people have always threatened to close on the school for that. That is being thankfully dealt with now, and we are willing to wait a week or a week and a half to ensure that that happens. I think it's not beyond our capacity to adjust to ensure that school is sorted in the best interest of the children.
It's a win for the people of Waterford in Portmore St. Catherine as the JUTC bus services dedicated route returns after a recent discontinuation. Months of struggle faced by commuters there came to a halt today with the resumption of the bus route from their community to Halfway Tree and downtown. More from Nika Lewis.
Advocacy at work and just in time for the start of the new school year.
So we're in the Waterford space. When I became Member of Parliament, there was a dedicated route with JUTC from Halfway Tree to Waterford and also from downtown to Waterford. You know, that has been abandoned for quite some time. When Minister Shaw was Minister of Transport, I would have written to him about the dedicated route to Waterford. And, you know, because of the additional of the 100 new buses, I'm proud to announce today that the dedicated route to Waterford has been resumed.
The resumption is not restricted to only the Halfway Tree to Waterford route. Miller adds that there will also be dedicated buses from the community back into the downtown Kingston district.
That one will be coming soon. That one is up and running. Those routes will be running peak season, in peak time, in the mornings and in the evening. So what you saw in the 3 or the 3A would have run straight from Halfway Tree downtown respectively to Portmore Mall to K Manors. And then when they are coming back, they would come into Waterford. But sometime when they are coming from K Manors and it's packed to capacity, they would have abandoned the area in Waterford. So due to that, we had to write to the minister to ask for the resumption of the route into Waterford.
A much safer and more convenient route for many, some of whom were immensely challenged in accessing the buses when they had stopped venturing into the community.
It was a tedious activity for the residents. They would have had to walk to the top of Waterford. They would have had to take private transportation to the top, and sometimes they would have to wait for hours before the bus actually come into Waterford. So I'm happy for the additional bus to the fleet, especially over here in Portmore, and I'm happy that the JUTC saw it fit to resume the route back into Waterford. It's a lot of lobbying, a lot of presentations, a lot of meetings with the team from the JUTC, along with the Minister of Transport.
He deems it a win for the people of Portmore, and more specifically of Waterford, who will again be able to access these buses at least twice a day.
So it will be running in the morning and it will be running in the evening to ensure that we transport our citizens safely to Waterford, to downtown Kingston and to Halfway Tree. I myself came on the route, I'm going back on the route, and it's a comfortable ride. It is very cold, I must say, and it's a comfortable and safe ride, and we encourage the citizens to utilize the services of the JUTC, and you know, this is a dedicated route, especially to the citizens of Waterford.
Nika Lewis, CVM News.
News at noon continues after this break.
Many of our brothers and sisters lose hope when diagnosed with HIV. Some lose their will to continue being a part of society. Others are despaired by the challenges of keeping up with their treatment. We understand. But remember, people with HIV live normal and progressive lives every day. You can too if you get back on track with your HIV treatment. Live for you, live for someone, live for something.
Get back on track, get back to life.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Get qualified in Stage 1 practical nursing in only 6 months with City and Guild certificates at IIRQ Academy, located at 32 Hope Road, Kingston 10. Start online and face-to-face classes very soon and get qualified for local and overseas employment at affordable rates. Also available 7 to 9 months international certificate and diplomas in Level 3 certificate in early childhood education, Level 5 diploma in business management, pharmacy technician, medical assistant, medical lab technician, diploma in practical nursing, and travel tourism, hospitality, and entertainment. Register this month and get 2 subjects with your course for free. Call us at 876-322-4029 or 630-1084.
The boy them start it and them a run if you walk on.
No more fear of missing out. CVM TV News is on YouTube. Get up-to-date news, sports, and business content at CVM TV News anytime, anywhere. Subscribe now to CVM TV News to see it happen.
Newly installed president of the Jamaica Teachers Association, the JTA, is hitting back at critics who claim that the body is preoccupied with wage negotiations. Dr. Mark Smith defended the organization while lauding its involvement in key education policy discussions.
One of the programs I have in my mandate looks at the creation of JTA think tank, which we refer to as the Institute for Contemporary Educational Issues. But now we do that. We have been engaged in a lot of dialogue. If you look at the Jamaica Teaching Council bill, we are stakeholders in terms of helping to craft and refine. The bill is not yet through Parliament. They're still doing the reviews, but it has been refined because of the agitation of the JTA. It has been improved because of the agitation of the JTA. And so in many instances, individuals like to frame the conversation that we are against improvements. Yes. I counter by saying that the JTA has been playing a tremendous role in helping the country to restructure, refocus its educational policies on outputs that benefit all our children, not just a few.
Meanwhile, the JTA boss is calling for a review of the current model of secondary education and the standard by which Jamaicans measure educational attainment.
I think there is time for us to review if the model that we're using is best suited for the times that we're in and the challenges that we face as a country. I contend that we need to really assess where we are and what is necessary. It is said that education is life. And if that is the case, we have to look at our present predicament as a country and what are the things that will make us more competitive on the global stage. The model of these 8 or 10 or 9 subjects, and that is wonderful, and many of us, myself included, would have done well using that model. But we need to assess if the time has come for us to look at a different one. And that may include looking at what Hard Trust is doing. I give a lot of credit to what they're doing, particularly embracing of the Industry 4.0 technologies and helping to package learning in such a way that it is able to be completed within shorter spans. So you're talking about more, almost like a module type approach to learning.
We'll take another break. More news at noon when we return.
I'm Tashika Lu, and we all have a story. I can vividly remember when I was about to sit my CSEC exams, my life took an abrupt turn. While I was walking home, I was struck by a motor vehicle. As a result, I suffered major memory loss, which unfortunately, I failed my exams. It was impossible to retain information. This one school piqued my interest the most, and it was Distinction College, lowest school fee and flexible payment plan. They offer over 35 vocational and professional courses. Eventually, I became a part of the family, and during my time there, I resat my exams, and with the patience of my teachers, I was successful. In addition to that, I studied media and broadcasting, specializes in radio presentation. I co-hosted the school's radio show, Distinction 411. I voiced numerous acts for the school, interview artists, hosted graduation.
And now, I have my own radio show called On the Air with Tashika Lu.
So you see, my friends, if I can do it and I did, you can do it too. You can call them at 876-356-4167.